Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to a live Portman Road. Yes, we are here. It's not a green screen. We are outside Portman Road, sadly, because obviously Town suffered a 2-1 home defeat to Southampton. They moved to 9 points. We sit on 16 points, and I think it's fair to say the mood around here is deflated, angry in points, and we're going to get some post-match thoughts from various Town fans. As always, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget we are partnered with the Anglian Air Ambulance. Play their weekly lottery. Check the description for the link for more information. Please be gambler aware. Over 18s only. Right, we've got lots of comments coming off. Come and get to them hopefully in a moment. But first of all, Phil Blundell, what are your thoughts following that disappointing afternoon?
Angry, pissed off. My optimism has completely evaporated in one afternoon. It's been tested at times for the home games that we had against Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Brighton, but this afternoon it's just completely gone, and we are now almost facing relegation in the face now, and we've won one home game all season. We can't defend our goal. We have a clown of a goalkeeper in Arnaud Muric, who...
A lot of criticism coming in on the chat about Muric's performance this afternoon. How did you see it?
Look, when we needed to break, when we needed the urgency, when we needed the fight, Muric had the ball at his feet and he just dallied with it, almost as if he was time wasting.
Yeah, but my criticism about that, Phil, is it happens so often and so long in the game. There's got to be a message from the sidelines, from your management, from your goalkeeping coach. Look, so let's get this going. Let's hurry this up. And there didn't appear to be any urgency coming across. There may have been. I was on the dugout. It didn't look like there was. Because you're right. Second half, it was incredibly slow. Incredibly slow.
Yeah, it was. And we play from the back. So our goalkeeper should be alert. He should be the one, in a sense of the word, motivating his back line to get the ball forward. And he showed none of that this afternoon. I was sat too far away for Southampton's first goal after 20 minutes. I don't know whether the ball went straight through him. I don't know whether he dropped the ball. I don't know whether he saved it and then the Southampton player had a free shot on target. Bloody awful.
It was. I think for the first one, obviously I'm in the cobble stand.
I'm so angry.
He should be saving that first one. I think there may be a player in the way, but still, he's got to save it. Second one, which is what everyone's criticising him about, from my angle, I actually thought it was a fairly decent save. I thought he pulled off a good save down to his right, and he put it where he could only put it, and their player was faster than our player. But due to the criticism around me right now, I'm going to have to watch that back and second-guess myself.
I think, look, I don't want to talk too much about the negatives. I think our season now is now in...
petering out?
It is starting to nosedive. One home game all season is not good enough to stay in this league, right? But the positives for me today is Enciso got his first start in the Town shirt, and he looked really good when it was on the ball. For me, especially in the second half, when he had the ball at his feet, it was difficult for any other Southampton player to dispossess Enciso's ball, and he's going to be an asset for us in the remaining games. Broadhead had a good game up to the point where he was...
finish.
Yeah, I'm saying
it's not the first game where we've sat and come out of after saying, if Broadhead had just finished that chance.
Yeah,
right. For example,
no. I was sat right in front of his chance in the first half, and he was somewhat unlucky with that because the goalkeeper did get his body just about in the way. Okay, and it was a scrappy, nervy game throughout most of the afternoon. And Southampton had that physicality. They had a big number 9 in what. They had a big number 9 that they were lumping the ball to the whole afternoon.
He was a physical player, and they were looking to play off him. That's how we do it with the lap as well, Phil.
Okay, so we need another number 9. I mean, I'm sorry,
but we've known that since November. Yeah, in fact, they've known that since August. They haven't done it yet.
Before the Monday deadline that closes on Monday night, I think it's 11 o'clock. We've got to get another goal scorer in, preferably a big number 9, because we lack the physicality today, we lack the fight, and we lack the urgency. We can pass the ball all we want. We can have efforts on target like we did. We created a few chances this afternoon, but we are lacking in areas that we are short of, and there's still time to get one or two more players in, and we have to get that number 9 in.
All right,
perfect. Maybe even a centre half. I'm going to say, for the life of me, I think with the centre halves that we've got, I think there's enough quality there. I think there's enough experience and enough quality in our back line, to keep these goals out.
You just mentioned the centre forwards, but Josh is over here shaking his head saying we won't. So I'm bringing Josh in just to counteract that point. What I do, Jack Smith says people need to get some perspective. Jack, let us know the perspective in the chat. What's your thoughts?
I mean,
Josh, you're off camera. Sorry, Phil,
just
quickly. You're off camera sort of shaking your head saying we won't get a striker. What are you going to say back to Phil in regards to what you were saying there in the window?
I don't disagree. I think we need a striker, but I can't just get one now.
So Josh says we're not going to get one. Would that be a disaster for you, Phil?
Look, we're still linked with one or two European players. There's a player who is playing for Champions League outfit Lille. He's 26 years old. He's a Guinea international. And that's the one player that I hope that we can bring in, because I think we are lacking up top. It's not all on Liam Delap. We need contribution from other players in the squad as well. But this afternoon, our goalkeeper position is a real problem, for me.
They've really messed that up, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Muric has proved to me that he is not a Premier League goalkeeper, and I can see why that Vincent Kompany did not show any faith in him last season when he was playing for Burnley. But then again, you have this young, inexperienced goalkeeper in James Trafford who played most of last season for Burnley, and he didn't cut it in the Premier League. But, I've got a ticket for the Coventry City FA Cup game next Saturday. I am not going to go to that game now. I can't. Look, my optimism has completely evaporated now after this afternoon. We've just lost to perhaps the worst Premier League team in history. 33 years. That's nearly as bad as the 9-0 we suffered back in March 1995.
Don't say either out loud, look, please. Please don't say either out loud.
It's disgraceful.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Disgraceful.
It's just, the more you say it, the more it sort of sits in your stomach, and you come to rest in the fact that this has happened. But
I love watching Match of the Day on Saturday nights, and I've barely watched Match of the Day on Saturday nights this season because of the way that we are just not winning our home games.
I started watching it, quickly tailed off as the reality sort of
our season should have started this afternoon, and it hasn't done. It's gone a completely 180, and we're now in a nosedive.
All right, Phil, I'll bring Josh in. I can see you getting angry, and absolutely understandable. Phil, appreciate your thoughts. Phil going as far as to say not going to Coventry. What are your thoughts on that one? Bye, Phil.
That's a choice, isn't it? But I'm going to keep coming regardless.
Well, to be fair, he's not going to the FA Cup game. He's not saying he's not going to come back again.
FA Cup game, yeah.
I think that's more the passion talking, the hurt talking. I know Phil. I think he'll reconsider that personally. But back in today, he wants a goal scorer. He's mentioned obviously a striker he'd like. You're saying we're not going to get one. Have they done enough in this transfer window to give Ipswich Town and Kieran McKenna the chance to survive?
For me, no.
Why?
Lack of centre mids. I don't think Moores is good enough. I don't think more. I've said it. Even in the Discord, I've said he's not good enough. There's a few players you probably know I don't say is good enough. Muric is another one. On the first goal you were talking about, for me, he's got to save it. No one's in front of him. Ball moves at him at slow motion. It's gone through his hands. He's got to save it. Second goal, I need to watch it back, but to me it looked like he should have held it. If not, then that's fine. But for me they haven't done enough.
No.
Philogene today looked awful.
What are your thoughts on Philogene?
Gave the ball away too much. Got knocked off it too easily. I don't know. I really hope it's not 22 million wasted, because if he's going to play like that every week, I don't know.
Well, it's disappointing, obviously, because you've lost, so you've got those defeat blinkers on. But equally, he's come on and he's not impacted the game in any way.
No.
And for the money you pay, you want and you need players that are going to impact games at this stage of the football season. Yeah. Players that are going to win it for you, players that are going to keep it for you, and players that are going to bring you out of the disaster zone for you. And today, it didn't do enough for me. I'll be honest. It didn't do enough. Didn't offer enough. There's a player in there. We've seen it elsewhere, but there's definitely a player in there, Josh.
Of course.
But today, it just wasn't his day for whatever reason.
No. Lack of goal threats worrying. It really is. Delap's the only one for me, and that, again, that's so worrying. And Ciso looks good, to be fair. Looks like he could create. Ciso
looked absolutely brilliant.
He did.
Shame we've not got another 3 of those, really, because he was everywhere on the ball, making it happen, turning players. Some of the Southampton defenders could not handle him.
Kayus to me is another one. He's class.
Yeah. Well, enjoy watching Jens Kayus for the next couple of weeks and months, because
and Delap as well.
And Delap, yeah. So where are you at in terms of survival now?
I think it's done now. If you can't beat Southampton, where do your points come from?
It becomes an uphill battle.
Yeah,
certainly becomes an uphill battle. All right, Josh, I'll bring AD in as we round off the show. AD, who goes home and away, will no doubt see Phil next week away at Coventry. See you, Josh.
Home and away.
You go home and away, and you'll see. You'll see Phil next week. That's the passion talking. Yeah. But you can sympathise because you were all feeling it, right?
Yeah, I sympathise with him completely. I sort of think the same things myself, but obviously it's very raw at the moment, and you're not thinking straight and everything else. Yeah, very disappointing afternoon. It's sort of one of those games where we were almost looking forward to, and we're looking forward to 3 points. But first half an hour, we thought, yes, we're doing very well here. Somehow we seem to let them into the game, and they. Apart from Cisse, I actually think let us down a bit, really, because we're looking actually for players like that now to step up to the mark. Yes, it's early stages at the moment, as far as those players are concerned. But I if they can't help us now, then I have to say, this afternoon was going to be, as Phil said. I think it was Phil said that this was make or break time, the start of our season, and sadly, I have to agree that we have done ourselves no favours this afternoon, and I've just walked away from this end of this game absolutely deflated. Yeah. And there's no other way of actually feeling like it. It's very disappointing.
It's incredibly disappointing. Sadly, we lost some sound through your fantastic analysis there. So apologies at home. Apologies to you. I'll ask you another question. Delap and Hurst are currently the 2 strikers. Is that enough for you? Does it? Are you going to go through the rest of the season with those 2 players, or does the next? Because I don't know. I think Leicester lost today. I think they did. Last time they were playing, I checked. They were losing. Wolves play obviously Aston Villa. So let's say they both lose, right? Yep. And nothing's changed.
Yep.
Still all to play for.
Yep.
Disappointing afternoon, yes, but all to play for if that's the case. Yep. Big 2 days. Do you go all in now? Do you put the chips in the centre of the table? If you're Mark Ashton, do you walk in and put all the chips, centre of the table, centre midfield player, centre forward, a goalkeeper? Where's your priority now? Or are you, we'll settle because you feel it's over?
Well, we've got to do actually both sort of ways. We've got to do something as far as the goalkeeper is concerned. We've got to do something as a striker is concerned. I don't like to speculate, but apparently he wasn't at the Marcus Stewart's evening last night, and hearsay.
You believe this deal's being worked on, do you?
I actually believe that there's actually just something round at the corner, because yes, we've been told that everything is done and dusted as far as the transfer market's concerned, but in this day and age, that you have to keep your cards very close to your chest now, and I just hope actually for Town's sake, for us all sake, that there is actually something round at the corner that is going to help us to get us out of this quagmire that we're presently in at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Great comments. I think we have to bring a few players in for sure. Definitely. Sam Howard says too much emotion regarding players from League One playing the Premier League. If you want to be successful, then you have to move these guys on. We've got a comment from A. The 100 million plus spent has only brought 1 upgrade. Delap, possibly O'Shea, says A. hard to argue after an
Yeah.
afternoon like this. But don't forget, we are partnered with Southampton Osteopaths. Give Freddie a call, 01449613633. But until tomorrow, later time tomorrow, we are live at 7 p.m. tomorrow for more in-depth reaction, if we can stomach it, let's be honest. But sadly, it's a disappointing afternoon from outside Portman Road. No green screen here, AD. We are outside Portman Road. But take care. Have a nice evening if you can after that. Take care of each other. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Upper Town.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I